Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie and you're watching Dark Blue Nutrition. Today we have a Halloween special for those of you who want to eat mindfully during Halloween and that we want to indulge in Halloween treats sometimes or any treats during the holidays, but we don't want to feel like we're going overboard necessarily, and we don't want to have to feel guilty for just having like a small sweet treat every so often. So I'm gonna help you navigate how to eat mindfully and enjoy every bite of your Halloween treats without going overboard. So let's chat about how to treat yourself during Halloween. My first tip for you is to eat without distractions. I know how easy it can be with a cell phone, an iPad, a laptop, friends, TVs. It's easy to be distracted. So essentially we want to get rid of those distractions, and when you're actually enjoying a sweet treat or a snack, eat without any of those distractions in front of you. It might be a little more hard if you're at a Halloween party or if you're out with friends, but that's okay as long as you're paying attention to how something tastes, kind of like the texture, and just savoring that bite as much as possible. Say if you can't fully be mindful in the whole span of the meal, then the first and last bite are gonna be your most important bites to pay attention to, if that makes sense. So you really register the most your first couple bites and your last couple bites. I know how hard this one is, and it's very hard for me, especially with the TV portion of it. That's my biggest struggle, but just try your best to do this as much as possible, especially during the holidays when you have a sweet treat, so you can really enjoy it at the fullest and you don't feel like you have to go overboard with the portion to get that satisfaction from it. Tip number 2 is to enjoy your treat with a meal. If you have a sugary snack or a piece of chocolate or something like that by itself, it's going to raise your blood sugar and then drop it right back down. You're gonna feel really tired and really fatigued afterward because your blood sugar is going to be back at a low probably an hour or so later. So if you have it with a meal, you have carbohydrates, fats, and proteins to help slow down the metabolism and the absorption of that sugar, so you're not gonna feel as tired afterward. Tip number 3 is one that I like to use a lot with chocolate, and that is put it in your freezer so you can have an easier time to really enjoy it mindfully. Typically, even chocolate in my freezer at least does not get rock hard if I leave it in there. It just makes it so you have to kind of place it on your tongue and let it melt in your mouth so you can thoroughly enjoy it. And for me, that's an easy way to savor chocolate, whereas I kind of like to just bite into it and enjoy it all at once. You can't really do that if it's frozen. So that's just a little tip that I like to do. Break apart your chocolate before you put it in the freezer. Or you can get those like little mini bites of, they have Kit Kats and different other candies if you prefer those, and you can put those in your freezer and just get 1 or 2 little bite-sized pieces of candy when you're really craving it. You can also snack on the Tone It Up protein bites that are just little tiny bite-sized pieces. So they're perfect for any time of the year, but they're especially good for Halloween because they kind of are shaped like a Halloween treat. That's another option for you. A lot of these snacks that I'll mention are going to be in my fall snack video, so I'll link that below so you can check that video out too. Another option that you have is fresh dates, and dates are really sweet. They are a very good replacement for candy because they kind of taste like candy. They are high carbohydrate, but they're really satisfying if you want something more natural and want something that's a whole food. Last thing would be like a Quest bar, and I know some of you might not like the flavor of Quest bars, but they do tend to have flavors that are just like candy-like flavors or chocolate flavors that you can enjoy if you want something that's like lower calorie or lower in sugar. And so my last tip for you guys for Halloween, to kind of save you from having too much when you don't want to overdo it, is to buy a candy for the trick-or-treaters that you don't particularly like. Now, let me rephrase that. I am not trying to get you to buy a nasty candy for your trick-or-treaters, nor do I want you to buy raisins for your trick-or-treaters necessarily. I mean, if you want to do that, go for it. But buy something that you don't just particularly care for. For example, I'm not huge on Starburst. I mean, I like them, but I can resist them. But I am big on Reese's. And so if I bought a big giant bag of Reese's, I'd be really tempted to eat half the bag. Whereas if I had a whole thing of Starbursts, maybe I would have one or two, but I really wouldn't be tempted to eat a whole lot of it because it's just not my thing. I don't crave candy as much as I crave chocolate. So if that helps you, and if you are having trick-or-treaters this year, then I definitely recommend that as a tip to not have that temptation around too much. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you have a happy and healthy Halloween. And if you're dressing up for Halloween, tell me what you're dressing up as in the comment section below. I'll see you guys later and see you in the next video.